You go.
Alright, so welcome to basketball bookkeeping training manual for our high school. As you all should know, I'm basically instructor for this course, and I'm Coach DeeDee, the assistant girls basketball coach. Okay, so before we get started, basically this is our training welcome. Alright, basically what I kind of just said, welcome to our high school's bookkeeping training course, and thank you for working with us this season. Alright. Basically, it's important to provide players, coaches, and parents with enjoyable basketball experience every game. And it all starts with people that work hard to make the season a success, which will be you as bookkeepers. Alright? It's important that each person, working for our basketball team, knows how to best do their job. So whether you are the water person, scorekeeper, bookkeeper, everybody's a part of this team, okay? So this training course has basically been created to help you understand what your role would be and how best to work with others around to ensure that the job gets done. Alright, so before we get started, basically what we have here is a basketball pre-assessment quiz. Basically it's just going to assess your current knowledge on bookkeeping before you take this course, okay? Alright, so everybody's going to get one, and I just need you to fill it out right quick. Alright? Just fill it out right quick. Put your name on it. Fill it out. Alright, so just take a couple minutes just to complete that right quick. Just assessing your pre-knowledge. If you don't know it, you don't have to guess it. Then whenever you get through, just come quickly, just hand them to me right quick. And we'll go over it together just to see kind of where everybody's standing. Not really for a joking matter, but just to see where everybody's pre-current knowledge is before it. Alright, so is everybody finished? Alright, you got it? Alright, I'll collect it. Okay. Alright, so right quick, alright, just to kind of get a feel for what's going to take place in this training course, the content material that you'll cover. Basically, number one was what details of the game don't bookkeepers record, alright? Team score, jump ball, turnovers, and timeouts. What did y'all get for that? What do y'all think they don't record out of the ones listed? Team score, jump ball, turnovers, or timeouts? Which one? Anybody? Which one? Turnovers? Alright, we'll see. I'm not going to give you the right answer right now, but we'll kind of just go over it now. Number two, who has the official word during the game regarding score disputes? Anybody know that? Anybody? Okay. What did you put? Oh, what you put? Referee? What you put? Referee? Alright. What does the S stand for in the acronym RESPECT for bookkeeper codes of conduct? Anybody know what S might stand for? Codes of conduct? No? Alright. What do bookkeepers, who do bookkeepers work closely with during the game? Anybody know? Coaches, fans, referees, or players? You put coach? Alright. What is the abbreviation for quarter? If you see quarter on the score sheet, what would the abbreviation be? You know? QT? Alright, we'll see. How many, let me see. How many timeouts are teams giving? Anybody know that? 3? Alright. Okay, so these are kind of the questions that was on this pre-assessment quiz, and you'll get all these materials back at the end of the course so you can see how well that you did and what knowledge that you came up with, alright? So, now, alright, basically what we're going to do right now is we're going to watch a little clipping, alright? Basically this is going to still pre-assess our current knowledge of basketball bookkeeping, okay? You already did your assessment quiz, and right now I'm just going to give you like a short little clip, alright? Maybe like 30 seconds to a minute. We'll watch right quick of a little clip, basically of a game, and you'll kind of just tell me what things that you might record as a bookkeeper in this game. So just pay attention to it right quick, and just look at some of the things you as a bookkeeper might record now. What do you think the purpose is for this team having a basketball bookkeeper? What do you think the purpose is? Anybody? What do you think the purpose is? No? Alright, you got something? What you think, bookkeeper? You don't know? Alright, after watching this clip, what do you think are some things that, what are some duties of bookkeepers? What do you think they might record from this clipping? Or some things? Jump ball? What else? Fouls? When they start? You know anything? Turnovers? We'll see. Alright, so, in this game right here, basically about who's going to be giving you calls and stuff during the game. Who do bookkeepers work with to ensure that the game is going to be static correct? Who do you think they're going to work with? Mostly. Scorekeepers, referees? Okay. Those are some good answers. Alright, so does the fast-paced action of the game, do you think that you'll be able to keep up with it? As far as watching and static? You think you'll be able to keep up with it? Yeah? You? Yeah? Y'all think y'all be able to keep up with it? Alright, cool. Alright, so right now what I'm going to pass you is, basically this is going to be an outline of what we're going to talk about right quick. Alright, you're going to get a stat sheet, and you're going to get your notes. Alright, basically these notes are for you. You know, if you have questions down the line or wherever, you'll basically have these notes that you can kind of look at and go back over what we went over in this training course. You'll see blanks inside of the notes, which you'll fill in as we go along. basically to make sure that you're being attentive and know what's going on. Alright, so this is an outline of our high school bookkeeping training course. We're going to do the importance of bookkeepers in basketball, codes and conduct, responsibilities, treatment of bookkeeper, what should you do before the game, understanding the score sheet, stat sheet, abbreviations and definitions, preparing the score sheet before the game, player participation, recording possessions, points, timeouts, fouls, working with the refs. You'll have a little showcase assignment, give you some little tips for success. You'll have your post-assessment, and then the training course survey will be done. Alright, so getting started. Alright, let the training begin. Like I said, shall we have your materials, blank score sheet, pencil, pen, notes. I'll give you your rosters, play-by-play stats. Make sure you keep open mind so that you'll be able to learn and then take some new information, okay? So, the importance of bookkeepers in basketball. Alright? Bookkeepers, they're going to be a valuable asset for the coaching staff. Not only the coaching staff, but for this team as well, okay? You represent, okay? You represent. You're also a member of this team. Even though you don't physically play during games, you're still a member of this team, okay? All skills that you use while bookkeeping, it can be used in the classroom. All of y'all are students, okay? You can use some academic skills, all right? As far as being attentive in class, even being attentive to a game, memorizing certain things, information processing and applying, okay? All right? So you're going to take stats that are vitally important for managing the game, okay? You have the official word. So if anybody asks you if there are any score discrepancies or anything, you have the last word, okay? And any disputes about the game's score, player stats, fouls, timeouts, anything, all right, is going to come from your book. You're going to be our official scorekeeper or bookkeeper, okay? All right? Any questions? Any questions? All right. So, bookkeeper codes of conduct, all right? Just like you have codes of conduct in class, you have codes of conduct of being a bookkeeper and representing this team, okay? Our team, we go by this. We stand by this, all right? Respect, all right? Acronym for respect, all right? R is going to stand for respect. E is going to stand for encouraging, all right? Encourage, be positive, okay? S is going to stand for sportsmanship. Have good sportsmanship at all times, even if you have people being negative to you, okay? P is going to stand for play. E is going to stand for educate. C for conduct, and T for treat, okay? Treat everyone fairly, all right? So that's going to be basically your acronym for your codes of conduct for being a bookkeeper, okay? Sportsmanship is the main fundamental aspect of this team, okay? Like I said, you're a representative. Although you do not play physically, you're going to always foster positive attitudes, and you're going to control all of our game stats. That is going to be your duty. And there's always consequences for a violation. You could either be suspended for a couple games or terminated, okay? But we shouldn't have those problems with any of you all. Everybody good? Any questions so far? Alright, bookkeeper responsibilities. Alright? Basically, being attentive, memorizing, application, information processing, all of those academic skills that we said that you can use as being a bookkeeper, okay? You're going to watch every second of every play with clarity, okay? Everything has to be right, even though there'll be mistakes made, okay? You're going to maintain our official team rosters and records. You're going to record every detail of the game accurately, all right? Team score, fouls, player points, timeouts, jump ball, time, all of that good stuff, okay? You're going to notify officials of any infractions or anything that you see that is wrong. You have to notify the referees, not the coaches, not the fans, not the players, but you're going to notify your head officials, your referees, okay? You must be responsible and accountable at all times. Be able to coordinate and work with others. Other teams, they'll have their bookkeeper as well. Be able to work with coaches, referees, and players. All right? At the end of the game, you're going to turn in all books, all game results to your designated supervisors, which will be me or Coach Rose, the head coach. And you're always going to arrive at the game an hour before because there are some duties that you have to do beforehand. Alright, any questions? Alright, treatment of the bookkeeper, alright? Everybody should be treated fair, everybody. Okay? The bookkeeper's going to work with referees, that's who you'll work with 99% of the time. You should take no direction from anyone in the game but the ref, okay? Not the scorekeeper, not the coaches, not the players. You only take direction from your referees, okay? That's who you'll work closely with to ensure, all responsibilities, everything is being handled properly. They'll answer all of your questions, okay? Bookkeepers, you all will be treated fairly, okay? Everybody will act in a positive manner towards you all. And we do keep in mind that mistakes will happen. If you miss a call or something like that, during the next dead ball, you just make sure you ask the ref for that call. Or you ask the opposite team's bookkeeper. Okay? Any questions? Alright, moving along. Alright, it's game time. Alright, so get ready. We're going to jump into our stat sheet and some things. Alright, so this is what you should do before the game. Before the game, like I said, always arrive to the gym an hour early. Alright? You're going to always introduce yourself. It's good to introduce yourself. Kind of chat with the other team's bookkeeper, our timekeeper, any referees. They'll come, they'll introduce themselves to you, coaches. You're going to always locate and keep up with your bookkeeping supplies, your scorebook, your pencil, pencil sharpener, all that good stuff. Okay? You're going to always get both of the rosters for each team. Always familiarize yourself with the scorebook and the rosters because the game is going to move at a fast pace, alright? You're always going to set up your scorebook before the game for both teams, and you're going to make sure the books are the same for both teams and the player information is correct. So you're going to be working as well before the game with the other team's bookkeeper. Alright? Y'all got it? Any questions? Alrighty. Alright, so understanding your basketball score sheet. Everybody should have a score sheet, right? Alrighty, everybody should have a score sheet. Okay, so in our score sheet, we're going to kind of go back and forth, alright? So, number one of the score sheet, okay, you just put the numbers beside it. You don't have, put the numbers, but also follow along on the note sheet as well. Okay? The number one on your score sheet, you're going to have two score sheets for both teams, okay? You're always going to put your home/your visitor's team name. That's always going to go in number one of your score sheet, okay? Team name, home of the visitor's team. In section number 2 of your score sheet, there's always going to be the school's name, where the gym is located. Might seem as though that might be irrelevant, but, back whenever you want to go look at games, where it was located, is always a nice fact to know, okay? So school name is always going to go and where the gym is located. In 2. Alright? 3 is going to be your scheduled game time. Whatever time that game is, you're going to write it in section 3 of your stat sheet, your score sheet. 4. Section 4 of your score sheet is going to be your running score, okay? Your running score is always going to be a consistent record of the overall scoring for a team, alright? Basically, this can be a quick reference for any score discrepancies. So anytime, this is basically going to be your total score for the team. So in section 4, it's always going to be marked with a slash mark. So if the player comes and they score a 2-point basket, boom, you make a slash mark. 2, they come and hit a 3, that's 5. And you're just going to keep a running score in section 4 for both teams, all right? And you're doing 2 score sheets at one time. Okay? All right, section 5 is going to be basically your possession arrow, all right? You're going to put an H for home and an A for away, all right? Basically, you're going to record possession arrows. Possession arrows are jump ball situations, okay? Anytime there's a jump ball, possession arrow changes, okay? And that's going to be in section 5, okay? So all you're going to do is put H for home, A for away. Any questions? All right, section 6. All right, that's going to be be your team total score for each quarter. All you're going to do is add up the total score for each quarter, and you're going to put it in section 6. So your first quarter point, you'll add it up for that team, how many points they scored, and all you do is you just add up all the individual scoring for each quarter. Okay? Section 7, alright? You're going to keep up with player participation by quarter. And you're going to mark this with a slash mark. So anytime a player enters the game, say for instance you're starting 5, you're going to always mark that starting 5 before the game starts. They'll have your starting 5 available for you, and you can go ahead already and put a slash mark through quarter number 1. Okay? In section 7. Anytime players come in the game after that, you just put a slash mark, whatever quarter they come in after that. Alright? Section 8. Section 8 and 9. We're going to do that right quick. Basically, section 8 and 9 is going to be your players. You can put their first and last name, and you can put their jersey number. It's going to go in section 9. Okay? Always make sure that that particular information is the same as the other bookkeepers from the other team. Okay? Section 10 is going to, you're going to record your player personal fouls. You're going to do that as well with the slash mark, okay? In high school, our players only get a total of 5 fouls, okay? So anytime they pick up a foul in section 10, you're going to basically put a slash mark through that for individual fouling. Section 11 through 15 is going to be your player individual scoring. All right, so pay close attention to this, all right? Next to the names of your player, when you record individual score, make sure you're in the right quarter. Okay? If they scored 2 points, you just put a 2. After that, they scored 3 points in the same quarter, you put a 3. Alright? We're always going to make sure we keep track of missed and made free throws. So if your player goes to the line and they get fouled and they have 2 free throws, go ahead and put 2 circles. They make the first free throw, made one, you'll shade it in. The circle, you'll shade it in. They miss it, you don't shade it in at all. And that's how we'll record our free throws. Okay? If they have a 1 and 1 and you put 1 circle and they miss the first free throw, they don't get another one. So you leave that circle blank. Okay? So basically that's how we're going to keep up with our individual scoring for our players. And that's going to be in sections 11 through 15, and you just put it with the corresponding quarter that they'll be in. In section 15 is basically any overtime. Okay? OT, any overtime that we may have. Okay? Alright, section 16. Basically what you'll do is player individual total scoring in section 16. Okay? Player individual total scoring. So basically what you do at the end of the game, you total up each individual player's total number of points, and you put it in section 16. Alright, so section 17 is going to be our team total scoring for each quarter. Alright, basically we'll put that in 17 at the end, and all you do right here in section 17 at the end of each quarter, again you'll put the totals at the end of the game. Right here, you'll put the total for the entire team. The entire team. Okay, section 18 through 19 is going to be our fouls, okay? And basically what we do is we do it by halves, okay? So first and second, they always represent your first half, first and second. Third and fourth is going to be your second half. Alright? So basically that's how we do our fouls. You're going to do team fouls during your first half, first and second quarter, team fouls during your second half, and you always record in section 20 technical fouls, which we shouldn't have any technical fouls at all. Alright? So, going to 21, okay, you're going to record timeouts. You're going to write an H for home and an A for away. Alright? You're always going to record who it was called by, H for home, A for away, the time on the clock, and which quarter that they took that time out in, the first, second, third, or fourth. Alright? And then for section 22, on your score sheet, you're going to put the names of the head officials / referees, scorekeeper, and timekeeper. So you're going to get those signatures. Alright? So everybody good on that? Alright. So some basketball stat sheet abbreviations. Alright? I'm going to go through this quickly because a lot of this you really won't see on this score sheet, but in case you go to another gym and they have it, it's always good to know. Alright, so the first one, alright, first abbreviation, ASST. Alright, that's going to be assists. FG, field goals, which are your shots. Field goal attempts, basically the number of shots that a player took. Field goal percentage, the percentage of the shots that they made, missed. FT would be your free throws, okay? 1 point, you only get 1 point for foul shots. FTA, free throw attempts. FT percentage sign, free throw percentage, basically the percentage of your free throws. OT will always stand for overtime, alright? Very rarely a team will go into overtime, but if they do, OT is considered as overtime. PTS, points. QT, like we said on the pre-assessment, QT, is going to stand for quarter. REB, rebound. SEC, seconds. You see S, if they give you a roster and has S beside the names, starters. Those are going to be your starters for your game. STL, steals. TOV, turnover. TO is going to represent totals. Alright? So, some quick definition. Team fouls. Alright? We say team fouls is pretty much common sense. You know, it's going to be your total number of fouls committed by a team. If it says we're in the bonus, okay? A team that commits more than 6 fouls is always in the bonus, alright? The opposing team is going to be in the bonus. Basically, anytime they get fouled after 6 fouls, you're always going to notify your ref. And basically, they're going to get a chance for a 1-and-1. They missed the first free throw, they don't get another shot. They made the first free throw, they get another one. Alright? 1-and-1. Alright? Those are when your players are awarded the second free throw. And if and only if they make the first free throw. Alright? A double bonus is when a team commits more than 9 fouls. Okay? Then the opposing team is awarded 2 free throws. Alright? Timeouts. Like we said, each team is given 5 timeouts, 2 30-second timeouts, and 3 full timeouts. So your full timeout is going to be 60 seconds, 2 30s, of course, 30 seconds. Alright, any questions? Alrighty, moving along. Alright, so preparing the sheet before the game starts. So preparing your score sheet. Alright, basically, some common sense things. Alright, before the game starts, what are some things you think you're going to record on your score sheet? The referee, obtaining signatures. What is another thing you're going to fill out? Think you're going to fill out before the game starts? What do you need to have filled out on that score sheet? Team name. What else? What you might need to know about the players, need to already have filled out. Their jersey number and what else? Their names. Exactly. So before the game starts, in sections 1 through 3 of your score sheet, you're going to fill those out. Team name, gym location, scheduled game time. Alright, you're also going to complete sections 7 through 9 before the game starts of your score sheet. Player participation. You're going to obtain the rosters for both teams, write their name and their jersey number. And you're going to, like I said, already put a slash mark beside quarter number 1 to represent that they're going to be your starters before the game starts. You're also going to fill in section 22, which is right here. You're going to obtain the signatures of your officials, scorekeeper, and your timekeeper, okay? Everybody got it? Alright, moving along. Recording player participation. We kind of talked about that already, alright? You're going to record player participation in section 7 of your score sheet. Alright? At the start of each quarter, you're going to indicate a player's participation by putting a slash mark in the appropriate quarter, okay? So, in the beginning of the quarter, and you see new players coming in, you're going to put a slash mark to represent which quarter that they're participating in, and so forth as the game goes on. Alright, you're going to continue to record any of the players that enter the game during the quarter. Alright, so quick question. What is the stat sheet abbreviation for quarter? QT. Alright, good job. Alright, any questions? Alright, moving along. Alright, establishing and changing possessions. Alright, so we're going to work on that in section 5. Alright, keep in mind, there's always usually a box that sits on top of your score table. This is going to represent your possession arrows. Alright? Basically, in section 5, it's going to be your initial possession is always going to begin when they do jump ball in the beginning of the game. Okay? Always. You're going to record an H for home and an A for away in the boxes, basically to indicate your change of possessions. Always keep up with that just in case like refs have a question or coaches to eliminate any discrepancies. Alright? Like I said, possessions change with each jump ball. You're always going to keep a running possession for the entire game. It's going to be ongoing. Alright? If you miss a referee signal, like I said, you can either look at the possession error box, or you can always wait till the next dead ball and ask any questions. Alright, everybody good? Alright, so recording points scored. Alright, basically the sections we're working with in this is section 4, section 6, and sections 11 through 16. Okay? So when the team scores a basket, field goal, or a foul shot, you're going to record the points in section 4. That's going to be your running score that we talked about on the score sheet. Alright, you're going to put a slash mark through the numbers. In sections 11 through 14, 15 if the game goes in OT, which is, what is OT? Overtime, correct. Alright, you're going to record the appropriate point total by the player's name for your individual scoring. And in section 16, you'll always total it, just like we talked about. And in section 6, at the end of each quarter, you'll always total the amount of points that were scored from the individuals, from the players on the team, and you will always record that in section 6 under the designated quarter. Alright? And basically, recording points helps limit any score discrepancies. Alright, so moving on. Recording timeouts. Okay? Like we said, teams are given how many timeouts? How many 30s are they given? 2 30s, 3 fulls. Alright? So when referees grant team timeouts, first timeout is recorded, always in section 24 of the score sheet. Know the timeout, alright? Always put which team called the timeout. H for home, A for away. Alright? Whether it was a 30-second or a full timeout. Record what time is on the clock that they used it. And record the quarter in which the timeout was taken. Okay? Everybody good? Alright, so recording player personal fouls, team fouls, technical fouls. Alright, we kind of already went over this, but basically in section 10 is where you're going to record your individual fouls, your individual player fouls, okay? You're always going to record it with a slash mark and the appropriate foul number. Alright? If a player reaches 5 fouls, you always need to notify the referee because that means they have been disqualified. Alright? Each time any type of foul is called, is always a team foul. Basically, a team foul is all your individual fouls, all of that basically together. Alright? And you're going to record it in section 18 for your first half, which is your first and second quarter. And 19 will be your second half, which is third and fourth quarter. And any technical fouls, you'll always put those in section 20. And everything is with a slash mark and the respective numbers. Alright, so as we already said, the people that, or the person that you'll work closely with is always going to be the referee. Alright? This is who you'll work with majority of the time in the game. You're going to pay attention to all calls, notify of any discrepancies, alert for any foul troubles, always. Player close to 5, let them know. Halftime, and at the end of the game, go over both books with your bookkeeper from the other team and refs. Alright, so do we have any questions? Any questions? Any? Alrighty. Alright, so basically we're going to have a showcase knowledge assignment. Alright? During this course assignment, you'll think as the official book/scorekeeper for a game, okay? Instead of watching the game live, because you have to be able to read from paper as well, I'll give you a roster from the teams, and I'll give you a play-by-play stat sheet of the game, okay? In the specific quarter that you receive. So everybody will get different quarters. There are 4 quarters. There's 4 of you interested in this little program, okay? And basically what you'll do is circle the stats that you'll report on the stat sheet that you'll use, okay? And basically what we'll do is we'll discuss the findings and answer any questions before proceeding at the end, okay, when everybody's finished. Alright, so everybody will get a roster. And if you don't mind just putting your name on this stuff, everybody will get a roster. And basically, you'll circle anything that you might need that'll go on your score sheet, okay? And this is going to be, basically, this is going to be your play-by-play stats. Everything that happened in the game for all players for both teams. One team will be on one side of the column, the other team will be on the second, okay? And you just circle, you can just put a big circle around whatever information that you might need. So just take a couple minutes and look over that and see what you might need. If you was to have a score sheet and you had to fill that score sheet out right now. So just put some quick circles around some of the information you might need. A lot of it might be repetitive. As long as you circle it one time, that shows me that you have some good knowledge, and this course has kind of helped you on what you need to be looking for whenever the game is live during our games and you're bookkeeping for us. All right? Alright, so kind of glancing at that paper right quick, just for a little showcase assignment. There's not much on the sheets, but kind of look up and tell me what are some things that you, as a bookkeeper, what are some things that you might need off of that. First, let's look at that roster. What information will you need off of that roster? Right here. What information will you need off of that roster?
The players' names.
Players' names. What else? Their jersey number. Alright, good job. Anything else on there? Team name. Alright, good job. Anything else on there? Was it just, huh? Where it's located? Okay. Alright, now let's look at our stat sheet, our play-by-play stat sheet. Okay? Alright, give me some things off of there that you'll have to record. Timeouts. Good job. Subs. Right. Player participation. What else? Rebounds. Fouls. Alright, what else? Assists. Well, those are good stats, but I think you mentioned steals. I think you mentioned the stat assists. But like assists and steals, we won't keep that on the score sheet. But that'll be something us players will, when we go back and look at games, that will stat. But those are good stats to have during game time. But the bookkeepers, you all won't have to worry about that. Alright? What else? What else some things? We mentioned fouls. What else? Did y'all see any possession changes, the jump balls on there? Turnovers, that's another stat that we'll take, but that's good. And y'all don't have to worry about turnovers. You don't have to worry about steals nor assists. That's good facts for us to know. Timeouts. Alright, good. So we kind of got a good feeling for what we'll have on that play-by-play stat sheet that we'll actually need. Okay? So good job, good job. Alright, so basically, last, some tips for success, alright? Basically, always respect and act in a positive manner to everyone, okay? To all. The same respect that you give, I promise you that you'll get, okay? Be prompt and attentive at all times. Remember what I said, those skills that you can always carry over in the classroom, alright? Watch the game and referees at all times. Don't focus on no distractions, alright? No cell phone use during games, alright? No cell phones. I mean, it's good, you know, chew a piece of gum or something like that, but definitely no cell phone use during games. Alright? Games get out of hand. There's always fans that have negative comments and things. Ignore those negative comments from coaches, fans, anybody, okay? And if you have any questions, you miss any calls, always ask questions during dead balls, okay? Always. Alright, so basically your post-assessment, alright? This right here is going to determine whether this training course not only was effective to you, but if you qualified to be a scorekeeper / bookkeeper for this team. Okay? So, you'll get rosters. I'm going to give you rosters for both teams. You're going to fill out the scorebook like you would before the game starts. You're going to use fake signatures. Basically, the signatures that you need, you're going to use fake signatures and just sign it in. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you another play-by-play stat sheet, alright, for an entire game. And what you're going to do is you're going to stat this whole entire game on your score sheet. Okay, you're going to take a post-assessment quiz, and basically you'll be notified of your results the following day. Everybody has to score 85% or above to be qualified for this program and to be an official bookkeeper for this team. And when your quiz is completed, you'll just take a short 5-question survey on this training course, and then you can leave, okay? All right. So thank you for taking this course, all right? You can cut.